Good morning and welcome to video 6 of multiple streams of income. And today we're going to talk about rental income. Now, before we get started, I just want to recap on what we have covered so far. So the first income we talked about was earned income. That's being an employee of your own business. The second type of income we talked about was profit income, and that is making profit on items that you sell in your own name. The third type of income we talked about was dividend income, and we covered different ways that you can earn dividend from investing and from your business. The fourth type of income we talked about was residual or passive income. And that's how there are different types of businesses that you can build that will generate a passive income. And there are different types of products that you can create that you can repeatedly sell once you've created them once, and then you multi-sell them. And then the last video we talked about was interest and the different ways to earn interest. And we covered government, that's treasury bonds. We talked about peer-to-peer lending, simple bank accounts, and just ways that you can bring interest in as an income. So today we're going to talk about the sixth item on our list, which is rental income. Now, many people think that rental income is property. And I know there's a lot of people who do not like the thought of being a landlord and having to deal with tenants and rental income. So I'm here to tell you, property, being a landlord, rental income, that is just one way of generating rental income. Now, when we have rental income, in the property market, then yes, you have a residential property where you can do houses of multiple let, or you can do individual houses, apartments. There's all sorts of different types of rental income you can generate in the residential market. You can have commercial property, which are warehouses, where if you own warehouses, you can sell a warehouse, you can rent a warehouse. You have garages are another one, where you can buy single let garages and you can rent a garage out long term. And garages are big demand. There are not enough garages around to meet the demand in the UK. Storage units. Now, storage units are becoming more and more popular, and there is a lot more demand for people who want to have some place to store their items or anything that they have that maybe they're not allowed to keep at home, or they think it would be safer if it's not at home. So storage units, there have been a lot of storage units built over recent years to meet some of the demand for storage. Now, we're talking property here, but rent is not just property. Hire purchase companies. And when I talk hire purchase, how often do you have a piece of equipment that you need to do a job, and you will go down the road and you will hire a specific drill, or you'll hire a ladder, or you will hire a tree chopper or something to grind and mince up all the leaves. Rental equipment, hire purchase equipment, is a big market for rental income, because you own something that you are continually renting out to somebody else, so that can come back to you. Car hire. Now, that is rental income because you have a car that is rented out and you rent that car over and over again. Now, if you're thinking of rental income, car rental, and a lot of people think, oh, I have to set up this business, I have to go and buy all these vehicles. You don't. You know, there are schemes. I have seen schemes in South Wales, in Cardiff, in London, in Paris, where there are cars parked on the side of the road, and you just put your money in and you drive it to where you want, you park it, and you have paid for the use of that car. I know in France, the first time I saw them, I was absolutely stunned. They were a bit battered and some of them were not very clean inside, but it was a car rental scheme. And I know that when I was in South Wales, there were schemes there where if you were in work during the day, you could rent your car out while you were working. So you didn't have to worry about paying parking. You could rent that car out to someone, and there are special insurance policies that you put on the car to allow you to rent that. Another way of earning rental income is your driveway. If you own your own place, then there are apps where people want to know that they can park their car somewhere, and you can sell rental on your driveway. So there are lots of different ways to rent something out in the property market or in another market. Now, I have a friend who rents a photo booth stand, and that proves quite popular for weddings, of all things. It's something that's a little bit different. It's a bit quirky on a wedding, and she has the stand, and people can go and do photos from that. So just think about some of the things that you might have that you can rent out. It doesn't need to be property, but it could be your driveway. It could be a parking space that you have. It could be clothes. People want different types of clothes for parties. Clothes are rented. Okay, so these are things that you can do from your own home. You don't need to go and have a big business or anything doing this. You can store some stuff in your garage and you can rent it out, provided you've got the proper insurances in place to protect you. Then rental income can be any type of income on something that you rent out to someone else over and over again. So I hope you're starting to see that there are a whole variety of incomes. And as I said, this is video 6 where we look at rental income, and the whole idea of multiple streams of income is to think outside the box. Don't try putting barriers in place to stop you doing something. Just let your mind think about all the opportunities that are out there that you can rent something out to someone. What have you got that someone else has a demand for and they are willing to pay you a regular rental income on that item? So that's item 6, rental income. So now you're starting to build quite a variety of incomes that are coming in. And the more different streams of income that you can bring in, the more affluent you will be and the better you will survive downturns in the economy, lockdowns that we have at the moment. There are If you have just one source of income coming in and that source of income gets stopped, then you are in trouble. If you have 5 or the full 8 incomes, then you can survive any type of economic downturn. So thank you. That's video 6, and I will see you in video 7.